Good. You're good.
I'm on?
Yeah.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. I'm Kurt Anderson. I'm a professor of mechanical and aerospace engineering, and I'm also the Associate Dean for Undergraduate Studies in the School of Engineering. Before coming to Rensselaer, I spent about a dozen years working in the aerospace industry on large rockets and complex spacecraft. I'm here today to tell you a little bit about our engineering school, particularly focused towards those that are somewhat undecided on what they think they want to do. But before we begin, I'd like to tell you that I think engineers have the greatest job of anyone in the whole world. Why? Because an engineer's job is to take a thought, an idea, and a dream and turn it into reality. Take something that someone just envisioned and make it something that you can touch, you can hold, and it gets the job done that it was intended to do. And I think that is just terrific. But to do that, you need many types of engineering. And here at Rensselaer, we have 11 accredited engineering programs. Many of the ones are the ones that you would expect. Mechanical, civil, electrical, aeronautical. But then we have many others that you might not be aware of. Biomedical engineering, chemical and biological engineering, material science engineering, industrial and systems engineering, environmental engineering, computer and systems engineering. So I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't heard of some of these or you don't know exactly what you want to do. Not to worry. Rensselaer says that if you're not quite sure what you want to do, you shouldn't fear it, you should embrace it. At Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, historically, about 20 to 25% of the entering class every year comes in and they aren't quite sure what they want to take. If you look at those students that came in undecided or thought they wanted to be engineer X and decided to change to engineer Y during their first year to year and a half, that number leaps to about 40 to 45%. Our programs are set up such that students can easily move around between programs while you take that first year, year and a half to find your passion and then decide what you want to do and what you want to study for the remaining 2.5 years. So, what are other things at Rensselaer that we think are special? Well, every accredited engineering program in the entire country has a capstone design course. Culminating design experience. An argument can be made that what is being done and what is required for accreditation was pretty much started here at Rensselaer or at Stanford 45 years ago. And you know, we could not be happier that everybody else is doing what we did at Rensselaer 40 to 45 years ago. But we haven't just sat around. We've moved on. We take the design concept, the design purpose very seriously. Consequently, this concept of team design is integrated throughout our engineering curricula. At most engineering schools, great, you'll have a team design experience, but if you're a mechanical engineer, your entire team will be mechanical engineers. If you're an electrical engineer, your entire team will be electrical engineers. Not so here at Rensselaer. Most of our design projects come from industry, and the teams are built to get the job done. So you will likely be on a team that will have mechanicals, biomeds, electricals, material science, industrials, maybe an aero, maybe a civil. Not only is this the case with the senior capstone design course, but we take this so seriously that we also have a sophomore level team design. And we have two different flavors. One is either our Introduction to Engineering Design, or we also have an Inventor's Studio sequence where the emphasis is more on the ideation and the creation and the identification of valuable ideas that are patentable. So what are the other courses that you could find when you come to Rensselaer? Well, another difference between Rensselaer and many other places is we start you first term, first year in a hardcore modeling analysis engineering type course. It's called Introduction to Engineering Analysis. If you take the course and you love the course, fabulous. Welcome to RPI. If you take the course and you hate the course, consider that a warning, because it is an indication of other engineering courses that will be coming your way. Also, second term, freshman year, you would usually be taking a course which is associated with your chosen major. So if you were one of these students that had a pretty good idea of what you wanted to do, you would be taking a course that begins to point you in that direction. But not to worry if you decide to change your mind. These courses that are taken the second term, freshman year, are good basic classes that are recommended technical electives for many of the other engineering majors. So if you decide to change your mind, there's no time wasted, there's no credits lost. And this curricula has been explicitly designed to help introduce you to your major so that you learn and that you will graduate in the major of your choice. At Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, we do not have any artificial caps on enrollment size in any of the majors. Our intent is that every student in engineering will graduate in the major of their choice. As such, some majors we will say or we describe as oversubscribed. And what does that mean? Because anybody can be in whatever major they want, there are some majors which are much more popular than others. And those majors are mechanical, aero, biomed, and chemical. So if you go into one of those majors, it's possible that you could have classes that would have 70 or 80 people in them. If you go into what we think of as the undersubscribed majors, they're equally valuable majors, but for whatever reason, they're less popular. Those are environmental engineering, industrial and systems engineering, material science engineering. They're 12, 15 people. Much, much smaller, much, much lower student to faculty ratio. But again, we have no artificial caps, so if everybody wanted to be a biomed next year or an aero next year, there's nothing to prevent you from doing that. Anyway, if I did not answer all of your questions about engineering, and I'm sure you've got some, please feel free to contact me at the information provided on the next slide. We're looking forward to seeing you here at Rensselaer.